Just so I hear it crank and not knock, you know? Alright, just want to do a quick video. My new bike here. It's a Kawasaki Vulcan 1500. 1998, I believe. I bought off Marketplace. Pretty cheap. See, we got the battery charger on it right now. It's kind of rough. It's been sitting, but got it for a good price and gonna get it running and sell it. You can see, super dirty. White walls are dirty. Came with a bunch of spare parts, including a rear tire. But not bad. Good for the price. I'll sell it pretty quick. Gonna be doing a couple videos on it, trying to get running better. I did have it running, but there was a weird noise coming from, sounded like in there. So change the oil, see if it goes away. If not, we'll do a little tear down on it. But I think it's a really solid bike for what I paid. Just want to do an intro video. Maybe I'll do other videos. You can see one of the first things I'm going to do is change the brake and clutch fluid, because they're filthy. So maybe put some bars on it. I think I'm going to be selling it to a friend of mine after I get it running. But overall, pretty clean. Will clean up better. One spot of rust on the exhaust. But pretty good for the price I paid. So just want to do a quick video. So after looking over it a little bit more, gotta take these off. This is terrible. It's got this fringe. I might leave that. It's got the fringe on the seat. These are just awful. I don't know how anybody rides with these. We'll do more videos when it's back on the lift. Right now I gotta put some oil in it and see if it'll ride home. But just wanted to give a quick intro video. Good? Yep. Just some carbs.
The choke's down by your seat.
Yeah. So that throttle's stuck. It was holding that. I have to put it back on.
No worries.
That looks awesome, dude.
Yeah, let's throw it up. Okay. And drop it good.
This thing 144 amps?
And that's voltage. 10 volts, 11 volts.
Okay, I thought it said 144 for a second.
Probably 14.
Don't you just hate when it's this cold out? I mean, jeez. I'd hate to be outside right now. Oh, there's Frank. Alright, just want to do a quick update. The Vulcan 1500. So we got the clutch cover off. And you can see there's wear on top of the basket, which we think is because of the bevel gear on the other side. So right now we're going to try and take off the bevel gear on the other side. This all looks okay. There was no pieces or nothing. No real shavings. So right now we're pulling off. I'm going to drop the rear tire and the rear A-arm suspension here. And try and get at that bevel gear and see if that is a problem. I'm going to pull rear tire, drive shaft, and this gearbox, I guess it's a gearbox, out of there. So, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But just want to show we're tearing it down. Alright, so we're still tearing down the Vulcan 1500. I got this side of the case torn off. You can see right there, a bunch of metal particles. Bunch of play in that bearing right there. So I'm gonna try and find a new bearing for it and put it back together. Alright, still working on this Vulcan 1500. It's a 98 1500. We had a rattling noise in the transmission. I'll put up a clip. There was a loose bearing. So what I did, instead of splitting the case, was this bearing right here. So what I did was used a grinding stone, ground out the edge of the bearing, remove the balls, that let the inner race come out, and now we have this USA Pro tool puller, and so all we're doing is pulling that bearing out of the case without splitting it. So you can see it's starting to walk. You have to pull a needle bearing and a C-clip off this. I broke them. It's about $26 to get it from Kawasaki. But look at that. The bearing puller works great. All I'm doing is cranking on this. And that bearing is coming right out. This bearing is about 40 bucks. I can put the part number in the description. So there was some dust, but I'm going to do oil change before I even put 100 miles on it. And you can see, pulled that bearing out of the case, no problem. No damage to the shaft. Needs cleaned up. This is the USA Pro tool. So you put these fingers on the inside of the race. Pulled that out. Part number for that bearing is looks like 6306. Koyo? Oh, it's a Koyo bearing. Oh. Still a little bit of play, but
that's normal.
That should take up. It's not in the bearing anymore. You know?
I feel like that's in that.
That's what I did for the other two. They sat for a day. No play. Alright, quick update on the Vulcan. Everything's back together. Working good. Now, I'm going to start cleaning it up. You can see just from working on it and it's sitting how dirty everything is. Tank's dirty. Fingerprints on all the exhaust and dust and dirt and oil. White walls are super dirty. So, I'm going to spend some time trying to clean it up. And maybe take it for a little test drive. Like I said, everything should be working. I do still need to get a battery, a better battery for it. I have one, old one, this bike that fits, so I'll pick that up tomorrow from the storage. But I just want to give you a quick look before it gets clean. We'll do an after video because we started cleaning this one little spot in the fender. You can see how much dust and dirt is on it. I think she'll clean up real good when it's just going to take a lot of work. There's a bunch of sticker residue from old men putting logos on everything. A lot of oil on the exhaust. But clean that back white wall, clean up the body, give it a wash. She'll clean up good. Running good now, everything's fixed. No noise. Starts up real quick. Changed the air filter. I don't know if I said. Showed a picture of that, but there was a mouse nest in the air filter. It does need a rear brake light switch. Some whatever. So this is just people that don't know how to work on bikes doing stuff. It's disconnected from the brake light switch down there. Small dent. There, another small one right there. You can see. But I think it'll clean up real good. Like I said, we clean up this black paint and get all these fingerprints off. I bet it'll be real nice. So, gonna try and take some oil off, maybe clean up the chrome, and then ride it down the car wash. Oh, also, change the fluid in the front brakes. Change the fluid. Well, I had to refill and bleed the rear brakes because we had that caliper off, and then change the fluid in the clutch and reblade the clutch slave cylinder. So quick update, probably do at least one more when it's cleaned up. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, I'm just gonna do a final video on this Vulcan 1500 Classic. It's a 98. You can see we've cleaned it up a lot. It's not perfect. Still some like scuffs and stuff from the passenger seat. But white walls are clean. Exhaust is pretty clean. It could be washed again, could be detailed better, but it was quick and it's much better than it was. Chrome looks okay. This white wall is pretty clean. Not perfect, but pretty clean. Way better than the way I got it. You can see we took the tank cover thing, leather thing off, and we trimmed the fringe off the seat. So it really looks good now. I think it looks much better. So you saw the bearing we changed. So I changed that. I broke a C-clip and a bearing off the shaft when I did that. So between all that was about $90 for the bearing that was bad and the two parts I broke. And then I ordered a jet kit from eBay because I took the carb off to clean the carb. And the bowl wasn't good, the float was good, everything was good on that, except the jets were pretty clogged. So put a jet kit in it. It's a 48 Pilot and 142, I think it's a 142 main. But we also cleaned up the whole bike, changed out the fluid on front brakes, rear brakes, and clutch. Put a brand new air filter in because there was a mouse nest in the old one. It's pretty bad. Tried to clean up this chrome and keep the fingerprints off it. Never owned a black bike before, and it clearly shows how dirty it gets. Put a battery, an old battery out of the white bike, the white Vulcan. Vaquero fits this bike. It's a Yusa battery, I don't remember the number. Yusa battery, you can see, not the best underneath, still could be cleaned. When I bought it, came with this Mustang seat, 2-piece seat, somewhere it says Mustang on here. Mustang. But it looks really good. I think I'm about done with this project. This bike has 39,019. So I got 1,000 into the bike, then 90 in parts, plus the carb kit was 20. So what, 1,100 and some dollars for this bike, not including tools. I had to buy the bearing puller, but I don't mind buying tools. Only has to. Oh, we put spark plugs in it too, fresh spark plugs. Old ones were pretty bad. Old ones, I don't know much about spark plugs. We changed them anyway, $3. But that's about it. Let's start it up. Cold start. Haven't run it in a couple days. It's not too cold in Ohio. Probably about 50 degrees. So you can hear that rattle in there, completely gone. Pretty cold yet, but I'm about wrapped up with this project right now. This bike's done. Pretty sure I have it sold. Have that bike done. That one's set up. Runs great. Needs nothing. That's my Honda Shadow 1100 from '97. It only has 2,000 miles on it. I have other videos on this. You want to check this one out? This one should start no problem. That one fires right up. Like I said, a little cold. Then we got my buddy's Vulcan 650S that we're doing some maintenance on. And we got the long distance Vulcan Vaquero that is pretty much ready to go for this year, I think. I don't know. Need to ride that one more. But just wanted to give an update on the flip bike. It's done. Might do a set of bars. These are 10-inch bars on the Honda. Might do the same bars. You get them off J&P Cycles. Might do the same chrome to get a little bit more lift. But other than that, Vulcan's done. Project over. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.